My name is 𝗙𝗪𝗀𝗄𝗏. I am Senior Director of Data Solutions at 𝗠𝗿𝗧𝗲. I have decades of experience and expertise in designing and delivering enterprise-grade digital platforms. And it has been several years now I am associated with Sitecore being the center of the DXP and rest of the stack revolving around. I'm a thought leader and Sitecore MVP. In this session, I will talk to you about what it takes to migrate from XP to Sitecore XM Cloud. Every Sitecore implementation is different, as it is tailored based on your needs and your business requirements. Let's see what all things we need to do typically to migrate from XP instance to Sitecore XM Cloud. So first thing first, we need to rewrite your Sitecore MVC code to Next.js. And this also depends on your current ecosystem. If you are already on Headless, which means you are not writing your existing code in MVC, then it will be easier and faster for you to migrate over to Next.js, versus if you are still using monolithic old renderings and the code is written in MVC. So this will be one of the biggest piece of migration and effort goes to rewrite the MVC code to Next.js. And next is rewriting pipeline and custom logic in Azure. As we don't have a CD server, all content delivery server related pipelines will not be applicable. We need to think like what all things we were doing in the pipelines focused on content delivery and write things on Next.js in serverless functions. Any custom logic which we have built in the application, which is more related to a business functionality, should move to Azure Functions because XM Cloud is just a CMS instance. Any such customization need to move to Azure Function as a standard practice we can make, which will help Next.js to make API calls to the Azure Function and like get the response back. The next is like we need to migrate the Sitecore forms to Headless forms. If you're not doing a lot of forms, then it will be easier. But if your ecosystem is having hundreds and thousands of forms, then this can become a cumbersome task for you to complete this migration. We always think from perspective like, do you need a headless form and then like connect your headless form back to the CRM system, or you can use your existing CRM system and make use of existing investment. Like if you have HubSpot, you can connect that. If you have Marketo forms, you can connect those as embed code. And next is the search. So we need to migrate the search to a SaaS-based platform and update indexes, rewrite any search wrapper, if at all, in Azure Functions or serverless Next.js code. Now here, if you're already into SearchTag or 𝗶𝗏𝗄𝗏, which are SaaS-based platforms, then the level of efforts may be a little less. But if you are still using Solr, the level of effort will be more. Another thing which we need to consider here is now in this case, the search queries and calls will happen from Next.js. So basically your UI will make a call directly to the Solr, directly to a SaaS-based search platform to get the response. Next is you need to migrate your authentication, authorization, user account, and disable the identity server. And then migrate custom publishing rules to XM Cloud. And this again like totally depends from where you're coming. If you are coming from Sitecore 8.x or 9.x, maybe there are bigger changes. We may not be able to migrate things as is using serialization. You need to think of setting up based on the exact needs in the new system. So the approach may differ based on the level of jump we are taking. And then like if we are using XDB, if we are using personalization a lot, then we need to think of moving away from personalization, onboarding Sitecore 𝗙𝗏𝗧 or any other personalization engine outside of Sitecore XP, and whatever content we were managing in XDB or keeping in XDB, that need to move to a Sitecore 𝗙𝗏𝗧 or Sitecore CDP or any other CDP which you are choosing as part of your composable journey. And then if you're doing a lot of A/B testing scenarios, then you need to specify and configure those A/B testing scenarios in XM Cloud. XM Cloud comes with A/B testing and personalization scenarios, but if you're more into more sophisticated personalization, then you need to build your entire personalization journey in Sitecore 𝗙𝗏𝗧 or any other product which you're choosing for doing the personalization. And then if you're using any email marketing feature or capability, and if you're using EXM, then we need to migrate over to any other platform like Sitecore Send, or any existing platform like MailChimp or Marketo, whatnot, to complete the email marketing automation part of it. Now the next question is, how do we proceed ahead and take the first steps towards composable and move towards XM Cloud? Well, we start by selecting the right complementary products. One of the biggest promise of composable architecture is you can pick and choose the product you need based on what type of capabilities you are looking in your DXP overall. Now, as we know, Sitecore XM Cloud is not coming with out-of-the-box search, so we need to pick and choose a right search platform, which is SaaS based. So we have multiple options like Sitecore Search, Agolya, SearchStack, and 𝗶𝗏𝗶𝗵. And then from experimentation and personalization perspective, we need to pick and choose what we're going to be using. And same for analytics and data, what we're going to be choosing. Do we need a CDP? Then Sitecore, 𝗙𝗏𝗋𝗵, various options are there. From analytics perspectives, XM Cloud comes with their own analytics, but if we are into GA4 and Power BI dashboards, then we need to pick and choose right platform for us to integrate. And then, as the current version of XM Cloud is not having headless forms, we need to think of choosing a headless form module from market. We can always think of using embed forms like Marketo forms, 𝗏𝗏𝗏forms, if we already have the licenses and we can leverage the investment we are already doing in there. So once we have selected the composable products which gonna be fitting and complementing each other into the architecture, the next stage is rebuilding or redesigning your front-end layer in Next.js. Now, this is a biggest piece of scope whenever we think of such migrations. If we are into headless already, then the path will be faster. If we are still in Sitecore MVC, then it will take certain time based on total number of components and pages we need to rewrite in Next.js. As the accelerator, we have worked on bunch of components. Right now we have 70 plus components pre-built using Next.js and hosted on Vercel in our demo instance, which can give a decent boost in terms of reusability and decreasing the overall timeline and investment in such type of migrations. Now, once we have done the redesigning and rebuilding the components and page templates in Next.js, the next step is to lift and shift the backend, which is the content from previous XP or XM to XM Cloud. And that is where we do thorough analysis of the content, what need to be migrated, how it should be migrated, serialization versus scripting, but typically we do serializing files, and we also use PowerShell to extract some of the content, and then we use deserialization, and on top of this like PowerShell. So you can also like figure out like what type of import, export, or like serialization are going to be working well for you in your specific case. And then the last stage there is like verification stage, and that is where like lot of automation testing can be planned to validate the pages, the content being migrated. And one of the biggest thing here is like it is a lift and shift from one angle. Your UX design is not changing. Basically, you're rewriting your entire existing UX and UI in a different technology. So from end user perspective, the theme is not changing. Your components still look same. Your pages still look same. So we can leverage a lot of automation testing to verify the pages, setup, and conclude the project.